Hello, Northeast District family. I'm here today with Pastor Kevin Fetterhoff at BWC in Cherryville, Pennsylvania. And he leads a church where it's one church in 3 locations. Pastor Kevin, there's going to be a lot of people tuning into this NED Talk. What would you want to share with them about a principle that you follow when you're reaching new people in a new location?
Thanks for letting me be part of this today. It's exciting to think about how God can use any of us. He can use me, he can use you, whoever you are watching today. I'll tell you what, when Pastor Nita put these together, she had you in mind and God had you in mind. And today, this might be something that sparks an interest in you. And one of the things that we found that really helped us along the way is going into a community and at least doing a measure of research. If God is directing you beyond what the research is saying, listen to God, he knows best. But we want to go into a community and see a little bit about it. So we do some of the demographic study, and here's an early indicator for us. Does God tend to bless who we are in that area? Do we have something that matches up well with that area? The strengths that God has built into us, do they make a difference anywhere? Would they make a difference there? Is God calling us into that area? And of course, the standard analytics that you do on any kind of, research process. What's the average age? What's the education? What's the income? People moving in, people moving out? Are they building new commerce? Is it, a static community? What we try to do is value people and just see, is God calling us to those people? And if God is calling us to those people, then what we want to do is be faithful to go in and understand who they are, how they work, what they do. So take as a, for instance, the community of Palmerton that we went into. One of the things we wanted to do was to go into the community and see how they roll. They have ice cream shops, we go there. They have hardware stores, we go there. They have a park that they call their main center hub, we go there. They have a grocery store, we go there. They have, drugstore. So you get the picture, different places that we've had people go and just interact and just see what's happening in the community. It's kind of boots on the ground without saying what you're really there to do, without talking about anything. And so as we start praying about this and saying, God, the demographics of this place or that place, what do you have in mind for us? Now, I just want to be very fair to you. We've had a place or two that's called us and we've had to say, you know what? That isn't the right place. It's a good place. God's there, but he didn't call us there. But in Palmerton, one day we received a phone call and we're like, you're kidding. God might be calling us there. Really, we have a border that's a big mountain that separates us, but it's not geographically that many miles away. Yet it is a community that has its own school system. It has its own community government, own fire district, its own stuff. So it's not a massive community. And we realized they didn't have a strong residential church in that community that was downtown or community centric. And we thought, you know what, God is really calling us to do this. So when they called, we didn't know all of that at first, of course, but we had already become familiar with the community enough to know the basic essence of the community. And then we began to listen to what God might be saying to us. And when God started speaking to us, we got a phone call one day and we had a guy that was helping us, Mike Saunders, in our church multiplication. Mike was on staff with us for a while. And he came to my office one day, just kind of leaned in and said, hey, Kev, we got a call from Palmerton. There's a church over there. And I'm going to have a picture of it come up right now, a picture of that church. And so you can see we've outlined it with lights. And it's a beautiful church on the outside. So structurally, it kind of looks like, maybe a Catholic church, kind of a monastery almost, if you could see the whole thing. But inside, you can see that picture that was up just for a bit there. We went in and kind of updated it to make it us. And we realized that's going to be kind of a residential church. That's not going to be this massive church that's going to, be hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands. It's not going to be that. But we went in with a prayer, Lord, bring up some world changers from this church and this campus and this community. Because you know what? One of the leaders in our nation's military came from that town. Well, why not have people like that raised up and go through that particular campus? Why not? We believe we could take that kind of quality into that community and see good things happen. And you know what? God has chosen to bless us. We are friends now with the law enforcement. We're making friends with the fire company in the community. We know the grocery store folks first name. We understand who the players are up and down the street. The mayor is. We are making connections with the school district. It's a smaller community. This week, they're scheduled to go in and carol up and down the residences. There are many more than we're going to hit, but we're going to go through strategically planned, targeted neighborhoods and give out 400 little tins, cans of cookies with a Christmas note from the church inviting them to come to the Christmas candlelight service. We've had services at the park. We've done VBS at the park. We have gone to the community festivals at the park. It almost sounded like Hallmark. I call this place Mayberry. It is absolutely a beautiful place to be able to go. They called us. We said, God, you've already been preparing the way. And we went in there and they have received us and God is blessing us. And the community has called on us to help them out with stuff like Toys for Tots and with burn victims and things like that. We've hosted for things. It has been exciting to see what God has chosen to do. And he's doing that through us, being willing to say yes to him. And he can do it through you.
That's right. I think this message is so relevant for so many of our churches. And I'm imagining in just a couple years, people will be able to share with you, Pastor Kevin, that this is the Ned Talk that prompted them to go into a new community to reach people. And so if you're one of those people watching this Ned Talk, I want to encourage you to consider this message and now go and make disciples.